Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of A2 Podcast. It's good to be back. I hope we all have fun today. Over to H.
Yeah, guys, so we're doing something a bit different. It seems we are doing different things every day. We are taking the MBTI personality test online. I think I know where I am, but I'm not sure I know what M is. So it's going to be a bit, I don't know if it's going to be deep, but we'll see what we'll find out.
Okay, let's get into it. So we'll read out the questions and then on our end, on both of our ends, we'll answer each of the questions as as close to our personal lives as possible, and then we'll give you guys the final answer at the end of the test.
Yes.
So
So
let's
we are using the disneypersonalities.com website, so you guys can try that as well.
okie dokie. First question. You regularly make new friends.
Uh, for for me, the answer is clear. 100% disagree.
For me, same. It's the same. Disagree. 100%. Yes.
Yeah. So the second one is complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. Okay. What will you choose?
Mine is tilting towards agree a little bit, so I'll be choosing the smallest circle on the agree part, which is the green smallest circle. Sometimes
Okay.
I like to complicate it.
Sounds like you. For me, I think I like simple and straightforward ones. I cannot, I don't like complex. So I'm going to choose the big disagree. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
disagreeing with that. So
Okay.
next,
You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by factual argument.
mm,
Agree.
same, agree. I agree as well.
Okay.
So
Any factor as any more expert
no,
regarding that?
I just like things that resonate with me more.
You are not the kind of person that like to state facts at every opportunity. You don't
Mm,
care, like some people they don't care about what other people emotions. They just will be stating facts to you every time. No, the science says that this is and that says that. I beg, go and sit down.
mm. I no, no. I take people's emotion into consideration.
Right? Some people are not like that, and
Yes,
I'm like
yes.
that.
You are.
Yes, what is wrong with you? I slap.
Wait, you are saying resonate emotionally, or you do
I'm
factual.
not a factual person.
Oh,
Like
okay,
it
okay,
works
got
best
it.
for me. So next question is your living and working spaces are clean and organized.
100% agree. Who's going to work in a
100%
dirty place? Please.
disagree for me.
Oh my God. Really?
Yes. Yes. You need to see my living room right now.
Oh my God. I just cannot fathom working in a very disorganized environment.
Yeah, for
I
me,
just cannot.
it's not about working space. For me, it's about my living space. Because I don't have like a working space per se. My home is my everything, workspace, living space. So it's almost
Okay.
never. Sometimes it's organized sometimes 20% of the time you find my house organized. But the remaining 80% were just wing. So yeah.
So I guess the kids. Okay.
Yeah, major. Well, I won't just put everything on the kids because even me myself, I'm not organized.
Wow, wow,
Like,
this is a new discovery. I would 100% say your living and working space are clean and organized. If anyone
really,
asks me,
really.
uh, yeah,
Sorry, what's your bubble, my darling?
so it's really busted. The bubble is busted. Okay, okay, so we move. Next question is: you usually stay
Yeah.
calm even under a lot of pressure. Hmm.
Well, I'll agree. The smallest circle and I agree.
Same here. I want to put neutral. Sometimes I'm calm, sometimes I just feel so overwhelmed. So I think I'm going to go with neutral.
Okay.
Hmm.
For me, I've gotten a lot better with handling things under pressure because at the end of the day, I just tell myself, just do what is in your capacity in this moment and just let everything, so yeah.
Next question.
Um, you find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. Agree,
Yes,
100%.
free 100% agree. It's very daunting. Like I just cannot bring
It makes
myself
me cringe.
to doing that. Oh my god.
Like I can imagine myself, becoming like an entrepreneur and trying to market my products. Like I'll be so shy and embarrassed going on platforms to advertise. Somebody needs to get over that thing because at the end of the day, if you don't promote yourself, who would do it?
Right, you're right. You're right. Uh
So we have
I've
to
had
get
conversations about this with my colleagues. Like they were like, "Oh, go out there and talk. Like you won't get to know people sitting in the office or whatever." But I'm just
and then at some point in life, I've sold men's singlet and boxers at some point. And it was easy because I had lots of male friends on my WhatsApp. Like it was easy to talk to men because naturally men want to talk to me. Do you get? So I
mm,
just usually the opportunity of the fact that they are always tilted towards me anyway. So let me just use that opportunity to push this thing to them. And usually they can never say no. Do you get?
yes,
So at that point then like I was able to do it just because I knew I was already getting attention from these people. So let me just leverage on this attention and then sell my stuff. And it worked up until, things changed. I had to let go of all of those things. Because
that's a
most of them
skill though.
were not
That's a
buying
skill.
they wanted they wanted to buy. They were buying because they had other agendas, trying
Mm,
to form they want to get closer to you one way or the other. But so in that light, I was able to do it. But generally, if without the attention from people, the fact that I have to go and talk to them and market myself is really daunting for me. And I feel like something we're supposed to work on and shamelessly promote yourself when
yeah,
the need.
I agree. Huh,
So moving on. That's like the first batch, and now we have to click next to move
yeah.
on to the question. This one says you prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. Hmm. I'll
What's your
choose,
answer?
choose neutral because sometimes me I like to wait until last minute.
Okay, for
But
me, it's 100%
then,
agree. I just cannot. I get. I don't want to say anxiety, but I would say I get anxiety if I have a task to complete and I'm not doing it when I'm supposed to. I'm waiting for deadline. I get anxiety. So I 100% agree. I prioritize planning.
I'm in the middle, my dear. I wait till
Hmm.
sometimes I'll be effective and do before deadline, but majority of the time I wait until the last minute
Hmm.
before.
Yeah, yeah. And you sometimes it's actually not that good, because like in workspace, because if you finish it before deadline, they will think like the higher ups will think maybe you don't have other things doing. So sometimes it's not that good, but it's what it is.
You know how to arrange it, even though you are finished before deadline. You probably try to
Mm,
do as though
yes.
you're
But
not done.
something in me will just send it, just do it, send it.
Right. Deadline too is not good, because at the end of the day, if it's some things might happen on the way, if you had done it earlier, if something comes up, maybe an error that you needed to fix, you still have ample time to fix the error. But if you waited till deadline and that same thing shows up, you won't have enough time to meet up, so it ends up you know you end up not meeting the deadline. So both have their I feel like just doing it, way before deadline is much, much better. You know,
Me.
even it might bring more task upon you, but I think it's just the best. You rather be safe than sorry for me. But it is what we work. Nobody's perfect. We keep working on ourselves
Mhm.
as much.
Yeah. So next question. People stories and emotions speaks louder to you than numbers or data. For me, I would not 100% agree, but I would still agree. So I'm picking the second biggest circle.
Okay, I'm picking the biggest circle for agree.
Yeah.
Um.
Sometimes people's stories and emotion could be lies. Then but then it still speaks to me.
Yeah.
Next
Okay.
question.
Is you like to use organizing tools like schedulers and lists? Yeah, I do that. Even though sometimes I might not follow it, but then I like to create a list. But when I'm serious about getting things done, when I've gotten to the T of not getting things done, by the time I'm ready to do it, I like to make a list and then cross my list out as I'm doing each of those things. So yeah.
So for me, I don't 100% do that. I will still agree, but not 100%. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to take the smallest circle. Even though I
Okay.
like being organized, but I don't usually use schedulers or lists, whatever.
Yeah. A lot. Grocery shopping, I have my list. Trying to cook different bulk cook in the house, I use a list. Trying to get things done for the kids, like yes, I do a list a lot when I'm trying to get on my on track with things around the house majorly. For work, I don't really need the list, because majorly my work is on the phone, and the system already does the majority of the work for you. So like you just keep going. But for the home management, I need all of those.
Yeah. For me,
Moving
my
on.
scheduler is just my mental schedule. I do it in my head. I don't think I need a software to do that. I don't need a software or
Full.
an app to do that for
My
me.
mailbox is full. It's full. I don't have that much better space. Yeah, yeah. So full.
Okay, next question. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge.
Yes.
100% agree. A
Agree.
thousand percent agree.
Which is not because nobody like we're
Yeah,
prone to making mistakes, but the way it affects me, it's like you're not supposed to have done that. Like you hold yourself to
same,
this very
same
high standard.
here.
You're not supposed to make mistakes. Whereas it's part of life. You make mistakes over and over, and then that thing you're making mistake, you even get better at it as you
Yeah,
make more. better at it. But the feeling I get after that mistake is like, no, 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 this shouldn't have happened. But it's good that we're realizing it, so that at least in those moments we can bring ourselves back and say that you're human and you're not supposed to be perfect. So get over it and try
Yeah.
again. So it's funny that we're on the same level on that one, though. We have so
It's
many
you
things
think?
in common.
We
Look at
do.
you.
We have so many things in common.
Mm.
Uh Thank God we are
Okay.
finding those things out.
Next question. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation.
What?
Let's put it together on your mark. Get set. Disagree.
100% disagree. What I don't have the courage to do that. I feel like it's something we should learn to do, but right now, as I'm speaking, I cannot do that.
Maybe in the nearest future we'll start to
The
do it.
I hope soon. I have the
But
I
for
like I
me,
someone.
I feel like I can still, because sometimes when I see a very fine person on the street, I usually am not able to hold myself back. I usually will compliment the person like, "Oh, you look
Wow.
nice. Your shoes are beautiful." Things like that. So, because sometimes some people, I just look at them and then the beauty I see in their face is just amazing. I cannot just help it. I have to say it. So I'm still do that and compliment people when I see maybe they're wearing something that is extraordinary or beautiful that I like. I'll still just random strangers. I'll still so I still do that. So I feel like maybe not 100% disagree for me, but it's not it won't go beyond that anyway. But there was a time I saw a dress on somebody and I was like, "Oh, your dress is beautiful." Or maybe the person saw a dress on me and said the dress was beautiful, and then we got into the story of how I got this dress, and I realized that we both shop on the same site that I shopped the dress from. And then we started to look on the site and then started to pick out dresses for
Wow.
ourselves, like, and then oh my god, and it
Really?
was funny.
Oh, my God. I would love to have that kind of encounter, but right now, you
I should show her where I got it, the name of the dress, so that she can go look it up on her phone as well and order one for herself. And then we did. We went on the site. I went to my previous purchase, and then I showed her, and then she saw it, and then she looked it up, and then she was like, she's ordering it right away. La la la. And I'm like, that was interesting.
wow.
So yeah, maybe not 100% disagree for me, but majority of the time, yeah.
A challenge for myself. Maybe tomorrow or maybe in nearest future, I'm going to go up to somebody and try to compliment them. But you know how Nigerians are. They look you with one eye like, what is she saying?
Yeah.
But I'm going to try it.
Hopefully, you meet somebody that's reasonable and can take compliments.
Yes, that will reciprocate. I hope so. I hope so. I'm going to try it tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so next question. You are not too interested in discussions about various interpretation of creative works. Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
For me, I'm just 50-50.
Same here. Same here. I'm not that artsy, so sometimes I see artworks. I'm like, what's this?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
other people are engraved in what the
Exactly.
artist is all about, or the art itself. Well, I'm just like, I'm just seeing paints.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just seeing page. But then when I see all those paintings in my head, I'll try to think like, what the person that drew this thing now
What's the
was the
reason? Like,
result? Like,
same here. What's the reasoning behind
because
this?
I'll try to look at the painting and try to derive one sort of meaning for it, but nothing is coming in my head. I'm like,
Exactly.
the person that drew this thing has something in mind. Like, so what's the you know? But
Mm.
people that love art, they tend to find meaning one way or the other. But
Yeah,
50-50.
50-50,
Tuesday.
same here.
Okay, moving on. Next, yeah, moving on. Next question is prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. No, the combination of both. So I'll
Same
say,
here, same here. Same here, but for me, I think course of action. I think I want to agree, but not 100% agree, but I would agree because sometimes you just have to put people's feelings aside
yeah, that's why I
to.
said prioritize facts. You have to balance it. The balance thing for me.
Mm,
I'm I'm using the emotion and so weighing it, against the fact. Do you get? So
yes,
I just try to be balanced as much as possible. You know, just because there's an action that needed to be taken. Do you understand? Like, if it doesn't require me taking any action, maybe I can tilt toward the emotional side. But
yeah,
since one is requiring an action, we have to both use the emotion and logic at the same
yes,
time.
yes.
So I feel like
So
it's
we
a
are
balance.
agreeing.
Yeah.
Okay. Next
Mm,
question. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. Disagree.
agree. Oh. Second queen,
Not
agree. Oh.
not 100% disagree anyways, but I still disagree. I feel like I need to have something that I plan to do.
No, no. Me, I like spontaneous. I like being spontaneous. I
Yes,
have no plan when I woke up, but a few hours to whatever I'm be putting something in the schedule. Okay, so let me just do this now. Let me just get this. So my own is agree, agree, agree.
so mine
No,
is disagree, but not 100%. So I'm choosing like maybe 75% disagree.
okay.
Next
You re-
question.
you rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Oh,
Hmm.
take me as I am, new. I
Same
try
here.
to be my best self. At the end of the day, being on my best self is not meant to please you.
Yeah.
It's just, do you understand what I'm saying? So, like,
Yes, I understand.
about me after that is your own to think. That's your cup of tea. But at least I know
Exactly.
I put my best forward, with my interaction with you. So whatever you take out of it is yours to keep. So
Yeah.
I
We
agree.
ain't no people pleaser. Take it as it is. Agree. I do not have to worry about what others think. Please.
No people pleasing in this corner.
Mm-mm. Next question. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. Hmm.
No, disagree.
Don't want to say I don't want to say flat out no. I want to say I'm neutral.
No, for me, it's not
Sometimes
like
team-based activities can be fun.
I do not enjoy it.
Yeah, I know. I do. Yeah, sometimes it's enjoyable. Sometimes I'm just over anything team.
If I'm required to be in a team-based activity, well, it's not something I would want to opt for from the beginning. But if I
Mm.
have, of course, I'll be there and I'll try to enjoy it as much as possible. But coming off as, do you like, being around people? That's just the question they're asking. That's what I interpret it to be. Do you like being around people? No, thanks.
I do not like to be around people as well, but I still don't want it to be 100% disagree. So I'm going to go with neutral.
Right. It turns out to be fun after all, even though I did like, but the fact still, I don't like it.
Oh, I can just feel like this my MBTI whatever. It's going to change by a lot because I already knew what I was, but picking these questions now, I feel like it's going to change.
Really?
Yeah,
Answering them differently?
It's not that much big difference, but like the team based. The last time I did it, I flat out said 100% disagree. But now I'm picking neutral. So
Okay, next question. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches.
hmm,
Well, I feel like for me 50-50, because
same here, same
if
here.
I'm there, I might want to just try something that is untested, whatever.
Yes.
And out of curiosity, desperation and curiosity will make me want to do this.
Yes, same here. So I'm going with neutral. You're going with neutral as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So next question. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest.
Hmm.
Agree
Yeah. I
for
used
me.
to be honest before, without bothering about what the other person is feeling. In my head, I'll just maybe it's the truth I'm telling but as I go older, as maturity came, the fact that other people matters
Oh
when you're
my
trying
God, guys, he's mature.
yeah, and then, well, yes, I say maturity is part of it, and also having the fear of God is also part of it, because at the end of the day, even God does not like it when you hurt other people with your word.
Yes. Yeah.
Correct? You get
Yeah.
as I, as my spirituality deepened in my religion, faith, and my relationship with God, I realized that these things, even when you do it with utmost care,
Hmm.
because you don't want to hurt other people in the name of being, so I would say we at this stage of, and I think it's going to remain so for the rest. That's the backstory.
Yeah. So next question. You actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. For me, 100% agree.
I agree, but my agree is with the second section,
Mm.
because sometimes I
100%. I'm always learning things, actually.
and I,
So,
I can testify to that about. Yeah, for me, I'd like to learn new. There are a few things that catch my attention. This, like, I really don't find anything interesting. Whereas there are so many things interesting out there to learn. Sometimes I can just be lazy, not want to, you know, end myself with actually learning new things. But it's not. It's not like I'm closed out on it, but not so much. I don't really go all out to seek it like that, like that. You get me?
yeah, I
You
get
get to
you.
the point.
Yeah.
On, you are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. 100% agree. That's me. I don't know about you, but it's 100%.
Not to say I'm neutral on this.
Me, I'm not.
I used to worry a lot. The past me would have picked agree, 100% agree. But right now, as I am, I'm picking neutral. It's 50-50 for me.
Mine is still very 100% agree. I overthink things, and when something happens like this, my thoughts already as worst case scenario, like from 100 straight. So yes, I
I
agree.
guess that's human being for you.
Well,
So yeah. Next question. You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones? 100% agree for me.
the same
100% agree.
no explanation needed.
No explanation. I do not like being around people that much. So I'm picking agree. For you it's what?
Yeah, it's 100% agree for me as
Wow. You are so introverted now, my God. Uh, moving on.
You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. I don't like storytelling, but I love listening to stories. So,
Hmm. For me, I would agree, not 100% agree. I do not like reading fiction, so I cannot imagine myself writing fiction. So I'm going to pick this smallest agree.
agree. My answer is going to be agree, right? I cannot imagine myself writing fictional story for it, so I am agreeing to it that I cannot do it, right?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I agree.
you're choosing 100% agree, right?
Yeah,
Okay, me, I'm choosing the next one. That would be 75% agree. Yeah.
okay.
So moving on, you favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. Agree for me.
Hmm, yeah,
Not
that's something.
100% agree, but I still agree. Sometimes
Yeah,
just
you just have to put the emotion aside and make
exactly,
some
exactly,
serious decisions for your life.
exactly.
Because usually emotions will cloud your judgment.
Judgment, yeah,
So just put it aside and
yeah,
face with. So yeah, same for me. Agree. This mid circle agreed though.
same here.
Um Next question, babe. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax? No, no, disagree. I relax first. And there's this my husband usually does. My husband is the opposite. He says walk before flenjo. That's his
Mm,
motto. His motto is
that's a
walk before,
nice motto, though.
right. Is absolute opposite. Me is flenjo and do the work whenever you want to.
Oh
So
my
whenever
god.
I get things done and I'm serious about it, I use my husband's motto, work before flenjo. Okay, let's just do it. Let's do it and then relax after. What my first go to own stand is flenjo first. Do nyama nyama. Do lazy up and down first, and then when you feel like okay, let me just do it so that you don't say I did not do it. So my answer is
So for me, I would agree. Not 100% agree, because even if I want to lazy around, my brain will keep telling me that I have things to do, that I need to do. I should go and do those things. So I'm not going to choose 100% agree, but I still agree for me.
what
So
is 100% this. Oh my god.
for me, it's going to be work before pleasure too. So
I hope you marry your opposite though. That way to be more fun. Because by the time you are forming serious, this other person is like, my guy,
I
relax.
hope so. Because we cannot go be serious together. It
Of
will be
course,
a very boring
I'm the
marriage.
serious, be the serious one. Like the way I'm seeing you, you are always going to be the serious one. But no,
Well,
even the serious will have their own times where they let loose.
yeah,
So I know,
of course, you know me now. Of course, sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I joke around.
but
It's
it's
just
just
50
that your
for me.
seriousness takes majority of your life, which is 70-30. But
Really?
our own style is the opposite. The serious part is small. The unserious part is large.
I want to say 50-50, but anyways, we'll
No,
see.
they are not 50-50.
We'll come back to this episode in future to check
Okay.
if it's going to be 70-30 or 50-50.
Okay.
Mm.
Next.
In disagreement, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. Agree.
Disagree.
Agree. Especially if well, especially if I know I'm right, I would prove it to you that I'm right.
My
Yeah.
own is disagree. But the fact about it is I used to be like that, like prove my point to the T, say,
Mm,
na lie. But
mm,
now I think it's different because of marriage. Because in
I
marriage,
was like you before too. I was the opposite of you. Before I just leave it. But now I'll make sure I
now,
prove my point.
oh, for real?
Yeah. I'll
Oh,
make
so
sure,
you were
especially if I know
for
I'm right. Emphasis on if I'm right. I'll make sure I
for
tell
me,
you I'm right.
funny enough, for me, I used to be like that before, but now I'm not like that anymore. Even though I'm right, sometimes I let low. It's very painful
Maybe
though.
uh
It's a very painful feeling. No, I will not lie to you. You imagine you being the right party, and then you are not able to just tackle the other person like the way you want to, just because you are trying to preserve peace,
this.
and just calmly. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
it was a very
Maybe because I'm not married. But again, we'll come back to this episode in future when I get married. We'll see.
yeah,
But I feel
exactly.
like but I feel
Revisit.
like my personality. Well, never say never. Let's move on. I wanted to say my personality will not allow me to just see
So
just but
you forget about your personality by the time you get married, because there are some
I said never say never.
me,
So
I know you never say never. You're coming back to say it. Me, I'm telling you,
okay.
it's for sure.
Okay.
So yeah,
So for me, I'm picking agree.
and I'm picking disagree.
Hmm. Next question.
Second circle though, the 75% disagree, because
Me 100% agree.
even though I might not be able to, tackle you to the end, at some point I would find other means to try and get across my point
Hmm.
still, but in a very subtle way that does not require argument. So in the end, the person I'm even talking to is reasoning with me. You get?
Hmm.
But in the moment where, the heat of the moment where you want to say something, that moment, I let go of everything and step back, and then I revisit it later in a more subtle way. So yeah.
I wonder how I changed. I used to be like that too. I don't know what happened. Okay,
Yeah, don't
I
worry.
actually know what happened because I work in a male dominated environment. So
Always
I would
required.
not allow anybody to walk all over me. So
Exactly.
I think that's one of the reasons why I've changed. So
Yeah. It's there. That makes sense, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be trampled over.
yeah,
You're already overpopulated. You're the only female at your workplace.
yeah.
Men like to dominate. So, like, if you want to have a say amongst them, you need to stand up for yourself as much as possible.
Hmm.
So, it's understandable. Next
Next
question.
question.
You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings.
Is that even a question? Agree, 100%. I even push people to the front, like go ahead, introduce yourself. Agree for
Uh,
me.
me, now I'll just leave it at neutral, because I don't remember the last time I was at a social gathering. But I think that if I find myself in one now, I'm not going to do that. I will opt to speak up first, you know, rather than make other people do before me. So I'm just going to be neutral about that, because I think I am in a place where I feel my confidence level is up a little bit, and it propels me to want to do things first and not wait for people to do it. Even though it's been a while since I found myself in social gathering, but I'm not sure. That's why I put it at 50
Neutral. Makes
neutral.
sense.
Yeah. Uh,
Next question. Your mood can change very quickly.
100% agree.
Mine will
Mm,
be 75% agree, but I still agree. My
my own,
these days I'm trying to control my mood and everything. So I would say on 75%.
100%.
Oh my god. Oh, do you know
It's
something? I've been wanting to
people around
mention this.
you to understand you.
Mm.
It's not a especially for people around you, because they don't know when you're okay. You can be laughing with them this minute, and then the next minute you are just looking and they're like, "What's up? What's wrong with you?" That's me. Oh. That's me. That can be me. Like, I'll be dancing and jumping just now and then. Even sometimes, even me, I cannot explain what changed that suddenly made me like that. So I feel like let's put it on the hormones.
Mm.
Let's put it on
Blame
the
it
female
all on the hormone.
Yes, that's all I can say.
Next question.
You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. Well, especially if I think the person is lying, is just using the emotion to want to get attention. So I can see
Same,
through those your emotion. If I can see through those
same,
emotions and realize that you're just using it to get attention, I will not be swayed by you. So
exactly.
I
Same here. So
alone
I'm not
too.
going to choose 100%. So because sometimes those emotional people can be very, very manipulative. But so I'm going to choose 75% agree.
I choose the same too. Okay. Next.
Next question.
Okay. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment.
Disagree. I think we already answered a question like this.
Well,
100% disagree. I can
my own agree.
I can my can't cannot. Why would I want to wait for the last moment possible? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you put that pressure on yourself?
So yeah, 100%. Next is
Next question.
you enjoy debating ethical dilemmas.
For me, I would agree, not 100%, but I'll still agree. So 75% agree. Especially if somebody is trying to prove something that is not ethical as ethical. That's when I really
Right.
shine. Yeah. So
Well,
I'm picking agree.
I'll pick agree too, but for me, the board for me is that I just hate debating generally. You know, I hate having back and forth with somebody. That thing stresses me out. But if it's in a situation where I have to, just to make sure this person does not spread false information about something I am very knowledgeable about, then
Emphasis
I,
on that knowledgeable. You get
yes, yeah,
exactly.
emphasis. So in that kind of situation, I would have to stand my ground and make sure that that false narrative does not, overshadow the knowledge I have about this particular thing. Do you get? So yeah, probably. So I just say 75. But debating back and forth, I really don't like it. It stresses me out.
Okay.
So
Nice. Okay, so next question is you usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. Is that even a question? For me, for me, 100% disagree. Why would I want to be around others? It's exhausting to be around people for me. So I'll choose 100% disagree.
right now, as I did, so it's 100% for me too. It used to be different, but now it's the same.
Exactly. Guys, she used to be so extroverted, but now it's just so different. I feel like I'm talking to a different person. Crazy.
Well, such is life.
Such is life.
Okay. Next question is, you become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. I agree.
I agree. I agree. 75% agree actually, but I still agree.
I'll choose 100% agree. When it gets highly
Highly. Oh wait, highly. Okay, I'm going to go with 100% too.
theoretical.
It gets exhausting. You just want
Mm-hmm.
to be done with everything. Like, just let's move on.
Mm-hmm. Moving on. When
Next
facts,
question.
okay. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Ah, quote you. Like, in this life, where following your heart can you into something that you don't like. No,
Exactly.
no,
And feelings conflict.
I don't follow my.
For me,
I would disagree, but the smallest circle.
okay, I'm going to choose neutral. For me, I'm choosing neutral. Yeah, I choose to be neutral about
Because
that. Sometimes you have to follow your heart. Sometimes you just follow the facts. So I'm going with neutral.
no, okay, yeah. So neutral means smallest of disagreeing.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule. 100%, no, 75% disagree for me. I do not find it challenging. I like to go according to schedule, actually. So, 75% disagree. How about you?
I don't find it challenging too, except I just purposely want to not do something. So it's not like it's challenging for me. It's not hard for me to do. The
To
only
do
thing is,
exactly.
the only
You
thing is
can
if I
choose
don't get
not to be consistent. It's not that it's hard. Mm.
exactly. So yeah, I disagree. So I'm choosing the small, the no, the mid
Mid
75%.
one. Same here.
Okay. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. Hmm. um, I'll be neutral on that.
For me, I would agree. Not 100% or 75% agree. I'm going to choose like the 50% agree. Sometimes I do that. I second guess my option. Like, what could I have done better? Or maybe this could have been done in this other way. So I'm agreeing to that, but not 100%. So
Yeah, I choose to be neutral on that.
nice.
This next question, your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing.
Really? Honestly, my friends, including would not think that. And if they tell me they think that, I would know they are lying. So because I'm neither lively nor am I outgoing. But I'm not going to choose 100% disagree because I think I'm changing a little bit. So I'm going to choose like 75% disagree. And what do you think? What do I
And
think
I
of you?
the opposite because I'm a lot, you know, outgoing and lively. You can't sit with me for 2 minutes and not laugh. Even though I'm not a
Yeah.
I'm not a comedian. Like I don't have any trait of comedian. But the thing is, I I don't know. I find my way around making people laugh at least for a few seconds if we're together. I think I'm able to do that. So yeah, I agree for me. So,
Hmm. But let's not get it twisted. If I'm in the midst of my friends, like and maybe others, I'm lively and outgoing. Like I say whatever comes to my mind. But around other people, I'm the least lively and outgoing person you'd ever find in that gathering. So
so we have come to the end of today's episode. But guys, we're only able to do 50% this week. Tune in next week for the other half of this test so that you can get the full tea. And on this note, we say see you next time.
Bye. We'll see you. Make sure you tune in to the next episode. It promises to be fun. Bye bye.